Greetings. Welcome to Using Microsoft OneDrive Assignments in Schoology. My name is Randy Hall, and I want to thank you for taking time to join me for this class today. Here are our guiding questions. Why might I want to use a OneDrive assignment? How does it work for students and teachers? When might I use a OneDrive assignment in my class? And how do I create a OneDrive assignment as a teacher? Let's get started. Why use a Microsoft OneDrive assignment in my Schoology course? Here's a quick tip for fast forwarding or rewinding this video class. Look for this chalkboard icon style page for each of our guiding question topics. As a teacher in Schoology, why might I use a OneDrive assignment? Well, if I want to simplify distributing a copy of a Word document or PowerPoint presentation kind of template for each of my kids, creating it as a OneDrive assignment makes that really easy. I can also get a real-time view of which students have started the assignment, which haven't, and who's turned in. And if you've ever used sharing of cloud documents in OneDrive, I don't even have to worry about the sharing settings or where to go to find them in my OneDrive, because Schoology will take care of that automatically for me and my students. How does a Microsoft OneDrive assignment in Schoology work for students? First, we're going to take a look at the student experience in both the web browser and the Schoology mobile app, and then I'll have a few tips and additional guiding instructions. Anne is a student in my class, and when she comes to class, she'll click on the title of the assignment. As a OneDrive assignment, students first click the My Document tab. If they wait just a moment, they'll see a preview of the document template I've provided displayed. When students are ready to begin, they can click the Edit button. Their document, PowerPoint, or Excel file will open up in a new web browser tab on their laptop or computer. So this is a simple activity where students are going to create their own presentation using a template that I've provided. So first, Anne will put in her name and class period. This is a simple activity where students need to find a photograph online of their favorite koi fish. So I'll just work through that really quickly. As students work in their PowerPoint or Word document file, it's automatically saving their changes. When they're done, they can simply close the browser tab, return to the Schoology assignment, and click the Submit Assignment button. They'll be asked to confirm, so I'm going to click Yes to submit, and that's it. Now let's take a look at how a student uses the Schoology mobile app. Here is Anne using the Schoology mobile app on her iPad, iPhone, or Android tablet. So when Anne comes to the class, she'll begin by clicking on the assignment. Step 1, tap on the My Document tab. On the mobile app, students will see an icon preview for a PowerPoint, a Word document, or Excel file, and to begin, they'll tap on the icon. They'll be asked to open their document in the appropriate Microsoft mobile app. So we'll tap Open in App. PowerPoint will start up and take Anne to her file. She can then make any changes, updates. When she's done, Anne can close the mobile app and return to the Schoology assignment. The last step, tap the Submit Assignment button. Yes, submit. And that's it. Here is a recap of the steps students will use to complete a Microsoft OneDrive assignment in their Schoology course. When they come to the assignment, step 1, they'll click or tap My Document. After clicking My Document, the students will see a preview of their document, PowerPoint, or Excel file appear in the window below. To begin, they would click the Edit button. After students click the My Document tab, they will either see the preview of their document appear, or they might see a blue Sign In button. If they see something else, or after a few moments neither of those appear, they can use the upper right link, "Can't see your document," click here, and they'll be able to reconnect by logging back into their Office 365 account. When students click the Edit button, their document will open up in a new browser tab on their laptop or desktop computer. When students use the Schoology mobile app on an iPad, iPhone, or Android tablet, Schoology will show them an icon for each of the 3 different Office files: PowerPoint, Word, or Excel. To begin, students would tap on the thumbnail image. They'll then be asked to open their document in the appropriate mobile app from Microsoft. Then they can get to work, finish the activity, and close it. When students are done working on their file, they can either close the PowerPoint browser tab or PowerPoint app, and they return to the Schoology assignment. All they need to do is tap or click the Submit Assignment button. They'll be able to confirm that they're ready to submit, and then tap Done. How does a Microsoft OneDrive assignment work for teachers? In the OneDrive assignment as a teacher, I have the 3 tabs: Assignment, In Progress, and Submissions. The In Progress tab will give me a real-time view as to which of my students have begun the assignment and which haven't. Here I can see my first student hasn't even opened the assignment yet. That means they haven't even clicked or tapped the My Document tab. However, Anne has already begun and is currently working. This is a real-time snapshot and preview of my student's work. I can click the Open link, and it'll open up in a new browser tab and take me to that PowerPoint, Word document, or Excel file. I can use all of the Microsoft tools to look at detailed changes, add comments. I can draw and annotate, just like I would do in a regular cloud document. Students who successfully submit their assignment will appear for teachers under the Submissions tab. Again, I can get a preview of the student's work. I can click the Open link to open it up in a new tab or browser window. And then I can enter any score, mark, or leave comments for students that would appear in their Schoology course gradebook. Once students click the Submit Assignment button, Schoology will automatically lock their document from any further changes by the student. After a teacher reviews their work, they can use the Unsubmit link if they want to return it to the student and unlock it for the student to make further changes and possibly turn in their next draft or version. Here's a quick review of the teacher aspects for a OneDrive assignment. First, as a teacher, I have the 3 tabs: the Assignment tab, the In Progress tab, and the Submissions tab. That In Progress tab will allow me to see which of my students have or have not begun the assignment. I can also view and open a real-time view of their current work. Once students have submitted their work, I can use the Submissions tab to open it to add comments, edits, annotations. I can enter a score using a rubric or a grading scale that I've set up in my Schoology course and enter comments. And if I want to allow students to re-edit their document to make any changes and resubmit, I would click the Unsubmit link. As a teacher, when might I use a OneDrive assignment? Using a Microsoft OneDrive assignment in my Schoology course is perfect when I want to provide a copy of a Word document, PowerPoint, or Excel file template to each of the students in my class. For example, I might create a Word document T-chart, and I want each student to get their own copy to fill it out, complete it, and turn it back in. So a OneDrive assignment will automatically make that individual copy for each of my students. Here's another way to look at it. Is my learning activity a prescribed learning activity or a student choice activity? For example, do all of my students have to create and submit the same thing, a document, a PowerPoint, or an Excel file for their individual work? If so, that's a perfect reason to use a OneDrive assignment in Schoology. However, if my students are going to be creating and turning in an audio recording or video or any other format, or it's going to be work that they're doing in a collaborative document or project with other students, I would want to use a regular Schoology assignment for those kinds of activities. How do I create a Microsoft OneDrive assignment as a teacher? To create a OneDrive assignment on my course, I'll begin by clicking the Add Materials button and then Add Assignment. For the assignment, I'll enter a name or title. I'll use a description box to include all of the directions or instructions for students. Don't forget, I can use the attachment toolbar to attach additional learning resources, web links, create a little audio or video recording giving students directions for the assignments. And then I'll use the OneDrive Assignments button to go to my OneDrive, find that document, PowerPoint, or Excel template that I've created. I'll click on it to select it, and then attach. This will set up the assignment as a OneDrive assignment where Schoology will automatically create a copy of the file for each of my students. I can then set a due date for the assignment, assign it to a category, use a scale or rubric, or any of the other Schoology options for assignments. That's it. I'll then click Save Changes. I will then have created a OneDrive assignment on my course for my students. So as a teacher, to create a OneDrive assignment, the first thing I want to do is be certain that I've already created my Word document, Excel, or PowerPoint template in my school or district OneDrive. Then on my course, I'll use the Add Materials, Add Assignment, enter a title, instructions, and resources for the assignment. I'll look for that OneDrive Assignments app button, and that's where I'll look in my OneDrive to select my template. Here are a variety of tips, techniques, and reminders for teachers using OneDrive assignments in their Schoology course. First, as a teacher, you can always tell the difference between a regular Schoology assignment and a OneDrive assignment. In a regular Schoology assignment, I have that far right submissions panel, which will be the list of my students and who's submitted. In a OneDrive assignment, I will see the Assignment tab, In Progress tab, and the Submissions tab. So do you see how they look a little bit different? For students also, a regular Schoology assignment from their teacher will have that Submit Assignment button in the upper right. For a OneDrive assignment, students will have the Assignment tab with the listed instructions and resources from their teacher, and to begin, they'll click the My Document tab. Now, choosing wisely. When is it best to use a OneDrive assignment or not? OneDrive assignments are perfect for individual student activities. For example, I have a Word document report outline, and I want to have a copy made for each individual student. That's a perfect example of creating and using a OneDrive assignment on my Schoology course. But when I'm planning collaborative activities or assignments for students, for example, when they're going to create and share a OneDrive file amongst a team of 3 or 4 students, and then I want to have them turn in a link to their collaborative document. It's better to use a regular Schoology assignment for those kinds of activities, because remember, a OneDrive assignment will make an individual copy of my template for each individual student. In a regular Schoology assignment, students are doing collaborative projects on collaborative PowerPoints or Word documents, would create and set up those settings in their sharing area of OneDrive, and then get a link that they'll copy and paste to turn into my assignment. So remember, first you want to create your teacher template Word, Excel, or PowerPoint file first in your district or school OneDrive. When you're creating the Schoology assignment, you can set it up as unpublished while you enter the title, instructions, and attach additional materials or resources. When you're ready, you can attach your OneDrive file, but don't attach it until you're 100% certain that you're not going to be making any changes. Because once you attach it and students click My Document, any changes you make to your original will not be carried forward to students who have already created and started their work. One common strategy teachers use is to have a blank Word document or a blank Excel file or a blank PowerPoint in their OneDrive that I can just simply use over and over and over again to attach to different Schoology assignments. Now, if I'm going to be copying a OneDrive assignment that I've created on one course to any of my other courses, I'll need to remember that after I copy it to other courses, I will need to go back in to edit and reselect the OneDrive file in each of the copied courses. Also, I can combine creative options of using rubrics, learning objectives, and the individually assigned options when I'm creating a OneDrive assignment in Schoology. So even with a PowerPoint or Word document project, I can use a rubric that I've created, or the individually assigned to, I can create a OneDrive assignment just for 1 or 2 students in my class. I hope today's class gave you some insight as to why you might consider using a OneDrive assignment in Schoology, how it actually works for students and teachers, some tips and things to consider about when is it best to use a OneDrive assignment versus a regular Schoology assignment, and how do I create and set up a OneDrive assignment as a teacher. Thank you again for taking time to join me for this class today. My name is Randy Hall, and that's it for using Microsoft OneDrive assignments in Schoology.